Well, it's Friday, and believe it or not, we made it through another one. And the funniest thing happens to all of us. It's called the human emotion. It's the human element, right? It's what happens in our life, and it's what defines us, I think, from the different species, right? But this last 2 weeks, we've been building, we've been underwriting, we've been getting everything ready. We're under contract. We've got these deals going. We've worked on some of these now for 8 months, and all of a sudden, the night before we go live, I panic, right? I feel like my chest has got a bus sitting on it. My gut is like 4 foot below my knees. I'm worried. And everybody deals with doubt. Everybody deals with that element of what's going to happen next. I'm uncertain about things. We've been dealing with that, guys, for 18 months with COVID. What's happening next? What's going to go on with our economy? We've got inflation. We've got lack of jobs. We've got too many jobs. We've got help wanted everywhere. We don't, we this, we that. And there's this whole thing that's going on in our lives that there's doubt everywhere. There's uncertainty everywhere. And I always remember my mom used to tell me this phrase, when in doubt, don't. And I think in a lot of cases we misapply that. We use that in a different connotation. I know my mom was using it in the connotation that when you're uncertain of something, don't do it, right? Like going out with your friends as a teenager and doing bad things, right? Maybe you shouldn't do that, right? But what about with real estate transactions? What about with business decisions? What about with employment decisions? What about with purchasing a car or buying a house? What about those decisions? How do you deal with doubt? I think that's an important thing to explore. I think the reality is when in doubt, look at your facts. I think so often right now, people are allowing other people to put the facts in front of them. We're not exploring them ourselves. We're not drilling down into it. In my world in real estate, a lot of these things are black and white. A lot of them are what's the rent, right? What's the cash flow? What's the expenses? What's our NOI? What's our vacancy? All of those things are factual. We don't have to worry about what's the emotion of the tenant. What's the financial condition of the tenant might be something to look at when renewing a lease or doing a lease, but there's a lot of things that go into that. And the reality is at the end of the day, when in doubt, don't let your emotions get away with you. Don't let your emotions override the facts. There's certain things in this last year and a half that we know. There's certain things that we don't. The things that we know is that 24 hours from now, it's going to be Saturday at 9 a.m. Mountain Standard Time. We know that certain things are going to happen. We know the sun's going to rise in the east and set in the west. Doesn't matter where you are on the planet. Still happens that way. Those are the things we know. We know that the people around us love us and care about us. We know that we have to do certain things to make sure we pay the rent, pay the bills, right? But when in doubt, don't shouldn't be the end of the phrase. When in doubt, drill into your information, understand what you're really looking at. If you're a first-time home buyer and you're trying to take that down, understand what that mortgage payment means. Understand what PITI stands for. Understand what the other houses in the neighborhood are. Understand why this particular home is the one you want. Understand those things. Understand what is going into a car purchase, what's going into an employment decision. At the end of the day, we launched our investments, launched two of them at the same time. We needed to raise about $7 million. I was nervous, very nervous. Yeah, well, we were able to raise that, right? Because our facts were right. Our investors knew what they knew about me. They knew what they knew about our track record. I knew what I knew about the facts. I knew what I knew about the market. I knew what I knew about the product. We put those together and I knew that it would work. But when in doubt, if I would have stopped, nobody would have won. My investors wouldn't have had a great solid investment to go into. I wouldn't have had the opportunity to be of service to my community and everyone else. And there wouldn't have been the all of the hard work that we had worked toward would have fallen apart and gone up in smoke, right? So when in doubt, don't give up. When in doubt, don't walk away. When in doubt, don't doubt. Find a reason to come to the facts. Bring the conclusions back to the forefront of your life where you are looking at it going, I have done my due diligence. I know that it's A plus B equals C, and it still works. Will it work if there's a nuclear bomb? I don't know. But A plus B equals C today, and that's the information we have. And we can't let ourselves get overwhelmed. We can't let the interior of our skull become a battleground of what ifs. We need to understand our facts. We need to make our facts our reality because those are what really truly govern. Look, gravity is a law of physics, right? There's no way to dispute that. That's a fact. Make sure that what you're talking about, make sure that what you're actioning on are factual. Make sure that these things happen the way that they're supposed to, that are fact-based in their execution, right? That will lead you to a lot more stable life because you're executing based on what you know, how you know to do it, and how it happens. We know that A plus B equals C. We know that B plus C should equal D. And we grow. And our faith in ourself, in our systems, in our facts becomes stronger as things continue to prove out. So guys, I want you to, when in doubt, don't quit. When in doubt, don't walk away. When in doubt, find your facts. Make sure that you know what's going on in your life. And beyond that, make sure that you're giving yourself the right information to feed your mind. Don't let yourself beat yourself up, guys. Have a great weekend. Hopefully this has been encouraging. We'll see you Monday. Talk to you soon.